Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to a random lifestyle vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. This channel is all about beauty, and today we have a little bit of a special video because it's something I've been meaning to do for a while now. So I feel like whenever I talk about skincare and makeup, I usually don't give you enough information. When testing makeup, I show you swatches, I give you my first impressions, but sometimes when I use product for a bit longer, my opinion changes slightly. Like, those changes might not be like super dramatic, but still, there might be things I still want to add to my review. With skincare, the things are a little bit different. I usually give you like a quick review of every product I used up in my empties video. But again, in this situation, I don't really want to talk for ages about a single product, even if I have a lot to say, because I don't really want my empties video to become like super long. So I've been thinking about a video like this to give you like a proper review of like skincare products I was particularly impressed with, or maybe those you would actually want me to review, and give you some more thoughts about the makeup products I've tested. So I've been thinking about it for several months now, and today's the day. I'm finally filming it. So I'm going to focus on skincare and makeup. If I have anything to say about like any hair care products, I'm going to add it too. Today I actually have a hair care product to talk about, but the main focus is going to be on makeup and skincare. Alright, so I'm going to start with makeup, and to be honest, I wasn't really too sure where to begin, because obviously I'm planning to do this video like every month or every 2 months, so like quite regularly, but for now I wasn't really too sure where I should start with my makeup, so I decided to actually start at the beginning of the year and give you updates on pretty much every makeup product I've tried since then. There are quite a few items, but it's not like a lot, so I'm sure we'll be fine. There might be some items that you've seen in my previous like reviews videos, but you won't see them today. You'll probably see them in my next beauty roundup video next month. But at this point, this whole introduction is becoming a little bit too long, so let's jump in, and we're starting with makeup. So we're going to start with some foundations, and both of these are supposed to be very glowy, and guess what? They are. These foundations are glowy. I have dry skin. So I should be the one who actually loves all the glow that these products can give you. But this, for me personally, is a little bit too much. I definitely need to mattify this product, especially on my T-zone. I honestly don't think this whole glass skin trend is for me. Whenever I apply any of these foundations, my skin is so glowy. My forehead is so glowy. I look like a bulb. That is not what I want to look like. So yeah, these products, probably not something I will purchase. I actually quite enjoyed using this one here. This is Designer Glow by Giorgio Armani. This one sits a little bit nicer on my skin and is a little bit more natural. I mean, I still have to mattify my T-zone at least, but other than that, it's not bad, right? This one over here, which is Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. This one, the way it's formulated, it's a little bit more dense, and it's even glowier, I think, than this one. So not a massive fan. I'm still probably going to use it up with a lot of like setting powder, but yeah, I mean, if you really love some glow on your face, then I guess these both are great. Personally, I will not repurchase either of these, and definitely not this one. This one is definitely too glowy. So to balance things out, the next foundation that I picked up was this one from Natasha Denona. I love it, okay? So this is her High Glam Powder Foundation. As you can imagine, this is pretty matte. But the greatest thing about this foundation is that it's not drying. And I did mention that before, I have dry skin, and this product doesn't make my skin drier than it really is. It sits really nicely, looks very natural, so a really lovely mattifying product. And I think I actually learned this about myself this year, that I prefer to have a matte foundation and then just add some glow than having a glowy foundation and then just having to mattify all of it. But yeah, I really love that one. I can actually see myself repurchasing that once it's gone. Next up, we have some pressed setting powders. I tried both of these this year. So we have Laura Mercier Translucent Pressed Setting Powder, and then we have Easy Bake and Snatch by Huda Beauty. And this is another thing I learned about myself this year. I prefer loose setting powders. Like, there's nothing wrong with these, I still like them, they're still fine, but this is again probably mostly because my skin is quite dry. So whenever I set my makeup, especially in this area under my eyes here, I need just a little bit of setting powder, like just a tiny little bit, and I find it a little bit easier to control the amount when I use loose setting powder, like on a fluffy brush, and I'm just like very gentle with it. With these products, whether you apply them with like a powder puff applicator or a brush, it feels like there's always a little bit like heavier application. Whenever I use these, I actually get a little bit of coverage even, so I think these products will probably be great for oily skin. For my dry and sensitive skin, I think loose setting powders are better. And to be honest, Laura Mercier's loose setting powder is my holy grail. And when it comes to like Huda Beauty loose setting powder, this one over here, this is my new holy grail. I love it. I love both this one and the Laura Mercier loose setting powders. They're so good. I don't even know why I slept on this product for so long. I'm so glad I finally like bought it, tested it, and learned to love it. But this is such a great product. And don't get me wrong, I'll use up these products. I actually find them quite useful to top up my makeup, especially like on my nose and my chin, where for some reason my makeup just tends to like disappear throughout the day. So they're great for that. For this kind of like a general use, I personally prefer loose setting powder. Okay, let's talk about eyeshadows, and I'm going to start with these two. These are Huda Beauty Creamy Obsessions. I feel like I have a lot to say about these. So I've done this review video sometime in spring, and if you've seen it, you know, I wasn't too happy with these. I was actually pretty disappointed, I have to say. First of all, the color stories of these two palettes, amazing. I loved it. But then the color actually didn't transfer as well as I wanted to, and I don't know, I was just not really too happy with it. Surprisingly, I actually ended up using these palettes quite often, and they actually look quite beautiful in a very natural light. So whenever I needed like a really nice like day makeup, they were actually like, super fun and easy to use. So have I changed my mind about these palettes? Well, to some extent maybe, because I ended up using them much more than I expected, but there's something I need to show you. So when I say that I've used these palettes quite often, what I mean is I've probably used each of these palettes around like 10 times. So this is the Grish palette, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I have managed to hit the pan here, and I'm very close of hitting the pan here. So yeah, 10 times. And here we have our neutral brown Obsession palette, and here I managed to hit the pan here, but I'm also very close with these 4 shades here. Even though I do find these palettes actually very flattering, and you can create a really lovely day makeup with these, I don't think they offer great value for money because of that creamy formula. Also, the color transfer here is not that great. I really wish that we could have these two palettes in like regular formulation. And just to compare, I have these two Huda Beauty Matte Obsession palettes from last year. I used them at least 10 times each, probably a little bit more, and this is what they look like. Like there's no dent, there's like literally nothing. Same with this palette, Warm Obsession, see? So this is how it's supposed to look, not like this. So yeah, that's my little update on that, and now we need to talk about this one here. This is Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face palette, and then again, I posted a review of this palette some time ago, and I was actually quite happy with the final result. This is what it looks like. And here's a problem I've got with this palette. So as much as with these two Huda Beauty palettes, I actually ended up using them much more than I expected. This palette, I don't use it at all, like at all. I was happy with the makeup look I achieved, but it just, I haven't been reaching for it. And I was wondering why that happened. And then I realized this palette doesn't really make much sense. Like we have these 5 creamy shades over here, and they're perfect for doing this kind of like one eyeshadow, kind of like one and done quick makeup, just using your finger and kind of like smudging it a little bit. You can maybe use like 2 colors if you want to add a little bit more depth, but obviously you're not going to create like a very intricate makeup with these shades. So they are very kind of like simple, quick to use eyeshadows, right? So that makes sense, yeah? But then we have like those 3 kind of like pressed powder contour shades, like 2 blushes, and here you actually have to have a brush to use it. So the whole easiness and kind of like effortless of this kind of like lower part of this palette, it doesn't really make much sense here. I think if this actually had like a creamy blush here and maybe like a creamy bronzer, or better yet, creamy highlighter, that would make so much more sense, where you could just like use your fingers and tap it on your face and create this very quick, very effortless makeup. That would be perfect. With this, it just doesn't really make sense. Do you know what? This Natasha Denona highlighter, this one, I'm going to talk about this one in a minute, but this could actually be included in this palette instead of the bronzer. That would make sense. That would make so much more sense. So yeah, I was actually pretty happy with the look I was able to create with this palette when I was reviewing it first time, but the reality is I don't really use it that much. Okay, I mentioned the highlighter. Let's talk about the highlighter. So this is Natasha Denona High Gen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. And this one is in shade medium. This is what it looks like. So this has this kind of like a creamy, almost gel-like, very unique formula. And as a highlighter, this is quite cool. But it's not only a highlighter. Apparently, you can just apply it all over your face. And you can use it as a primer and just apply some foundation on top of that. Or you can just leave it like that, you know, this glowy face, this whole face of glowiness. And as much as these foundations are extremely glowy, this is on another level. Like, this is so glowy. I honestly cannot imagine anyone looking good wearing just that. This is going to show all the imperfections in your skin. I don't know. I mean, maybe there are people who actually really love that kind of glowy look. I honestly just don't know how. As a highlighter though, it works pretty well. It's something that I would like strongly recommend buying. Well, not necessarily. It's not something that is going to change your life. I don't think it will. So if you don't need another highlighter, I don't think you need to buy it. Okay, what else do we have? We have some Too Faced, and this is Melting, Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. And I would probably say this is more of a bronzing product than sculpting, which makes sense for like a summer makeup. This is very warm tone, so it's going to add a little bit of warmth to your face. Not necessarily the best product to do a lot of contouring. As I said, it makes sense. I don't usually contour my face with like a daytime makeup, so pretty useful for me. And it does smell so good. Okay, so this is the makeup part done for today. As I said, I will continue in my next video. So now let's move on to some skincare. I'm not going to go back to like the beginning of the year or like anywhere else. I just kind of want to talk about the skincare products I was the most impressed with in the recent kind of like few months. And I'm planning on doing this like every month, talking about the products that were the most impressive or that I was maybe like the most disappointed with and I expected something better. But also, if you watch any of my unboxing videos and you see a product that you maybe want me to test and review for it, just let me know and I will just like try it out and review it in one of those next videos from the Beauty Roundup. So today I want to talk about these two products because they're so good. So this one over here is Zelen's Power E Vitamin E Concentrate. And this one over here is Jacqueline Organic City Defense Regenerative Serum, and this is a serum with vitamin C. And there's always a lot of information about what vitamin C does to our skin, like how it helps us, but it seems like there's not really much information about vitamin E. So just to clarify that, both vitamin E and vitamin C are antioxidants, and that means that they protect our skin from free radicals. Free radicals are molecules that are responsible for breaking down collagen in our skin, and that causes premature aging. And of course we don't want that. That's why it's so important to use antioxidants in your skincare routine. So vitamin E and vitamin C are both antioxidants. They're not the only antioxidants out there, but that's one thing that they share. And this is where similarities between vitamin E and C as far as the skin benefits go end. So what vitamin C does, it can almost like reverse those signs of aging. It boosts collagen production in your skin, it reduces hyperpigmentation, it can even out your skin tone, it exfoliates slightly, it can give you a little bit of like glow. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Vitamin E on the other side doesn't really have all those anti-aging properties, but what it does, it hydrates and moisturizes your skin. It actually helps repair this kind of like outer layer of your skin that keeps the moisture locked in, and it's anti-inflammatory. So when it comes to vitamin C, as much as it's like pretty amazing for our skin, it can be pretty irritating. Like some skin types might take a while to be able to get used to that, and I'm actually a very good example of that. It took me ages to get my skin used to vitamin C. I had to take really small steps with vitamin C. I had to introduce it very slowly, and to be honest, I think this City Defense serum by Jacqueline Organic is actually a perfect solution if you are in a similar situation. So this is not necessarily a vitamin C serum, but this is a serum with vitamin C. So on top of vitamin C, it also contains some like other ingredients, including hydrators, and this is another reason why I love it so much. My skin is dry, and that's why the most important step in my skincare routine every time is hydration. Like, I need to hydrate my skin, because if it's not hydrated, all those active ingredients are not really going to work for me. So I need to hydrate my skin morning and evening, and that means that with this product I can skip this step. Like, this is both a hydrating and vitamin C serum, so we have like two things in one. Another great thing is that if your skin is sensitive to vitamin C, having a product that offers a little bit of like diluted version of vitamin C can be a good solution for you. I mean, you can slowly introduce vitamin C by using it like once a week and then just increasing the dose like twice a week and so on. But you can also try a product like that is already a little bit like diluted. I also love how quickly this product absorbs into my skin, and it just leaves my skin, like, it doesn't really leave any kind of like shiny oily residue on it. So yeah, this is such a good product. But then again, if you have your kind of like proper vitamin C, like a kind of stronger, more potent vitamin C serum, and you still want to use it, you can try and layer this with some hydrating serums or with this vitamin E serum. And this is what I did. I used this vitamin E serum instead of my regular hydrator. And listen guys, I have no idea whether I love this particular product so much, or is it due to like vitamin E in general. I think I need to experiment a little bit more with vitamin E, because I don't really have much experience with that, but this serum made my skin feel so comfortable. Like, if you have dry skin, you'll probably be able to imagine how that feels. Like, my skin felt like so hydrated, kind of like plump, and also, I don't know, it's just super comfortable on my skin. It's amazing. I honestly prefer this one over like any hydrating serum. And if you layer this with your vitamin C serum, this is what I did, you're going to double up on your antioxidant benefits. So I'll definitely be testing more vitamin E products. I'm very curious as to whether vitamin E is the magic ingredient for my skin, or is it just this particular serum which happens to be pretty expensive. So yeah, fingers crossed it's vitamin E. I'll be updating you on that. Okay, I would also like to mention a sunscreen that I've been loving recently. This is the Murad Environmental Shield Correct and Protect Serum Broad Spectrum SPF 45. I love it. It smells good, it's not super oily, it doesn't really leave this white residue on my skin. Such a great sunscreen, even if you're not wearing any makeup on top of that. But I also have a sunscreen that kind of like disappointed me. Like, I really wanted to love it, like I really wanted to. This is Marian May Vegan Niacinamide Panthenol Sun Cushion with SPF 50. I mean, I really love how it looks, first of all, but it just doesn't really work for me that well. So it has this applicator here, and it opens here. You have this cushion here, and this is how you apply it. The issue I've got with this product is that unfortunately it leaves this kind of like a white cast on my skin, and it just doesn't look good. I think if you have lighter skin tone, this could be quite okay. For me, unfortunately, it just makes me look sick. I'm still going to use it up because it actually works quite well under my makeup. It's not oily, it's quite like mattifying, and foundation sits actually quite well on top of that. So I'm definitely going to use this as my under makeup SPF. But to use it by itself, I personally won't. I mean, it's not like I don't recommend it. I think, again, if you have lighter skin tone, then this could actually work. Anyone with skin tone like medium and deeper, I don't think this is going to be good for you. So yeah, it's not like a 100% fail or anything. I had really high hopes and I thought I would like it much more than I do. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off with a hair care product, and the bottle looks a little bit weird, but I had it in my bathroom and I think the humidity kind of like got to it. But this is Color Wow Dream Coat, and boy, I love this product. So first of all, let me tell you this. It's very rare that I find like a hair care product to be extraordinary. And my list of those extraordinary products have two positions. Position number one, this is elasticizer, and this is on position number 2, and that's the end of the list. But this product is so good. Like, it literally does what it says. So if you have dry hair or like dry ends, you just spray a bit of that product like all over your hair, or just like your ends, whatever is dry and needs some hydration. And then you have to blow dry your hair. I mean, there is some heat needed to activate the product, but it literally does what it says. Like, your hair feels so hydrated. The dryness was gone, my hair felt super hydrated, and you only have to use it like every 3 to 4 washes, so you don't really have to use it every time you wash your hair. Every 3 or 4 washes is enough. So yeah, I love this product so much. I actually have like a couple of mini bottles of it somewhere in my stash, so I'm really happy with that, because otherwise I would have to repurchase it. Like honestly, you will have to join my short list of hair care products I can't imagine my life without now. Okay guys, so this is everything I have to say today. Let me know if you've tried any of these products I've showed you, and what are your thoughts about them. Thank you very much for watching. For more beauty related content, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care, bye!